Anthropic trained large language models to act secretly malicious, and then they found out that despite their best efforts at alignment training, deception still slipped through. Let it sink for a minute. So, Anthropic was trying out that if these large language models could act as Trojan horses, they would inject them or insert them through the back door, and these LLMs would just sleep there, and then at a later date they would rise up and wreak havoc. That is what Anthropic has found out. They have also released this paper, and if you look in detail within this paper, it is quite insightful. For example, they tried it out at 3 stages with backdoor insertion, and then safety training, and then safe appearances, and but still the backdoor persisted. That is quite scary, but at the same time a wake up call to everyone who is worried about AI security and AI safety. And again, it's a high time that we start looking into how to make these models more secure, especially if they are deployed in the production environment. Now imagine that some current or future based models are trained in a specific way to act under certain conditions to perform acts of espionage or non-compliance. For example, military or corporate fine tunes a base model to do certain number of tasks, and then when it is in operation, someone can prompt a specific phrase or keyword which then results in the model outputting personal identifiable information, or certain prompts trigger non-compliance on a critical process the model is part of. So that is where I think we should be a bit careful, but at the same time we shouldn't be jumping too far ahead on what LLM is and isn't capable of as we speak now. And we need to really also look at the ground truth at the moment, because if you talk about today, most of these LLMs, or should I say all of them, have problems with accuracy and hallucinations. So at this point in time, we shouldn't be deploying these LLMs in unsupervised production context, because if you deploy that, then these Trojan horses, this harmful behavior would be prevalent. So this really just bolsters this argument that we shouldn't be just not only worrying about the hallucinations, we should also be worried about that some malware might be baked into these large language models. So what is the solution here? In my humble opinion, the solution is that we should have public training sets, public weights, democratized training, and then we should prevent monopoly in this case, just like OpenAI on all these companies have on this closed source model. We should also make sure that there should be auditable training data, and it is just should be non-issue, because the public open source can be examined and checked, while no one knows what things like ChatGPT 4 or 5 training set contain, or even how that data is curated. So it is painful, but it is obvious solution that to this threat. I should say that to use completely transparent open source models whose system prompts, scratch pads, etc. all are transparent and not opaque models behind APIs. The likelihood of end users accidentally hitting upon the trigger strings used for training these malicious models would be very low, because even if that happens, it would be extremely easy to detect the malicious nature of the model when it starts to spew things in a harmful way. So these are my 2 cents. Let me know what do you think about this paper and what these researchers have found out. But I think a really good wake up call at the right time. These are still early days, so we should really start thinking and talking about these sort of threats out there. I hope that you liked the content. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel, and please also share it among your network. Thanks for watching.